Oh, oh God, guys. It's hard. It's hard out here. It's hard out here right now. You know, Sarah's not here, and I'm having to do all the work for Music Exposed, and I'm just tired. I'm just tired right now, guys. I don't even know what to make of things. Like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Oh my God, Matthew. Thank you so much for that subscription. Oh my God, those alerts are so loud. Like, I just woke up today and I don't even. Oh my God, forever. Thank you so much for that subscription. Oh my God, guys. Like, listen, I've just been trying to survive. Oh my God, creative minds. Thank you so much. 6 months in a row. All you guys, thank you guys so much for those gifts. See, I can't even talk. Can't even talk without Sarah around right now. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, guys. I don't know. It's GlitchCon. Twitch is obviously glitched. Listen, the most important event in the history of Twitch is going on today. It's going on right now. Holy crap, Carlman subscribing. We have a hype train up in here. I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. What did I do to your... Listen, I'm sorry, okay? I don't even know what I'm supposed to do at this point, but I have to talk about the most important event in our time on Twitch. It is one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind. It's GlitchCon, friends. There's so much happening today. All of the events are happening on Twitch. But today, okay, I have to get serious for a minute because it's hard out here when Sarah's not here, okay? It's hard. I'm sad all the time. I'm depressed. Like, I have problems. And so I just need some Midwestern charm in my life. I was like, oh, God. And so I changed everything this week. I changed everything about this week. I changed the co-host. I changed the guests. I changed everything because I wanted it to feel more like home, okay? I wanted it to feel more like there were people that I loved around, and I needed some of that Midwestern kindness. And that's why my co-host today is the amazing and the brilliantest and the most perfectest Midwestern princess of all. Existence 130. Oh my God. Existence! Hi, friends. I have to turn you up a little bit. For after ever with 1,500 bits. Thank you guys so much. Dora Day. Welcome back to Music Exposed. Are you scared of being here after last time?
I was really surprised. You asked me to co-host. That's one big bra to fill, and I, don't have that going on. And so, I just...
I'm
really surprised, but I'm really honored to be here.
Well, you did tell me before we got on stream at this point, this is what makes it even better. You did tell me that you thought before you were getting on stream that you were going to stuff your bra for today's show. I liked that you said that. I was like, okay, it's important to prepare. It's important to, hold the show up in the most important department. And I did turn Dora off. Don't worry, guys.
I mean, I don't know who you're going to find to, fill that bra, but
I don't know. Today you have to be the person.
Minnesota.
Today you have to be the person. So I want to talk about, so you're born and raised and grew up in Minnesota, right? At this point, you've been there your whole life. Have you been in the same place your whole life, basically?
No, I was born in St. Paul, but lived in Minneapolis to start and Brooklyn Center. So, and then I moved to the suburbs. So that was kind of an experience, going from the city to the suburbs, So, yeah, been in Minnesota my whole life, and
I'm gonna have you, Dora, do me a favor and turn your mic back up a little bit more. Everyone's like, "You're so quiet."
Thanks.
We had you
Is
turn
that better?
down a little bit. I think it's a little better, yeah. It's the volume levels are looking fine for me, but they're just like, oh my God, Dora's so quiet. First of all, she didn't stuff her bra, and second of all, she's so quiet. Like, how are we supposed to manage with what's happening today? It's just rude. So tell me, you talked about this a little bit on your interview, but what do you think is uniquely Midwestern about your taste in music? Do you feel like there's anything because of where you grew up or because of your family or because of your influence that's unique to you as a musical influence? Because I'm curious if you feel like, is there some Minnesota in your music, eh?
Wow. Actually,
Well,
my music taste compared to other Minnesotans, I think, is quite actually different. But I think, just living in the city and growing up, my mom listened to a lot of techno music, and my dad played a lot of guitar. So it's like, comedy. Maybe.
Are you saying that techno music isn't Minnesotan? Like, I don't know that. I
don't
agree
know.
with
Maybe
that.
it is. I don't know. But
I don't know. I feel like it is.
Maybe, sprinkle a little crack on there and it's good to go.
Yes,
has the Minnesota flavor to it, but just with a little crack on it,
Yes, everyone knows that Minnesota, is known for its crack. That's the first thing that I think when I think about that. I think that, you think Minnesota and you're like, oh, yeah, crackheads at this point.
Dude, no, I think I have some crackheads that live by me, which is kind of funny. I'm like,
we're going back.
But they have the Minnesota nice going on, so, you wouldn't really tell.
What is a Minnesota nice crackhead like, though? How is a crackhead nicer in Minnesota than in any other place?
Well, they'll come over and they'll mow your lawn, and then all of a sudden their wife comes over and they beat the shit out of them, and you're like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. Seriously, this is some fucked up shit. They'll be all nice to you, and then their wife comes over and they have, it's just, yeah. True story. Just really.
But if they're a crackhead, don't they steal the lawnmower? Isn't that a thing? They're like, we'll mow your lawn and we'll help you out around the house. We'll help you clean out the gutters, but we'll steal the lawnmower, right? That has to be how it is.
Thankfully that hasn't happened. I actually don't worry about it now, but now that I know that there's probably a few crackheads that live by me, I'm like, they better lock my doors. I wasn't worried at all before, because everybody's so nice. They, you wouldn't even think that they'd come into your house and jack your shit. I haven't had any issues now, but when I grew up.
Dora! I love Dora's life. Dora's life is the greatest life ever. It's like, everyone's expecting Midwest sweet, Midwest kindness. She's like, no, there's some crackheads living down the street. I need someone to take care of this. There's crackheads down the street. What am I even supposed to do about this? All right? That's amazing. So tell me, so you're like, I listened to different things growing up musically than other people did in Minnesota. What do typical people from Minnesota listen to? Is it just Prince, all Prince all the time?
Oh yeah, Prince, yes, Prince.
It's is he considered amongst Minnesotans as your pride and joy? Is he right?
Yes,
is he the pride and joy of Minnesota?
Yeah, he is. And actually, my cousin, he's the one that did the emergency landing. He was a pilot.
Oh my God, Energy Division, thanks so much for that.
Thank you so much,
21-month
dude.
subscription. Holy
so that was
crap.
kind of crazy. And actually, my cousin called me up and told me the story. And oh my goodness, and then it was unfortunate because Prince passed away, a week later. He had to do that emergency landing because he stopped breathing on the plane, Oh,
jeez.
So he was obviously on something, and the security guards are telling my cousin, you got to land the plane now. And he was telling me, well, I can't land the plane. We're not in a good spot. So he had to do this emergency landing. He said it was the scariest, adrenaline filled experience he's ever had. He has Prince in there. He's,
of course.
Oh gosh. So, and then, he got him down safely. They got him to the hospital and everything. And then, it's just so sad to hear a week later, he passed away. So
yeah. Well, and a lot of people, I think that I still feel although Prince is very popular and is talked about a ton, I still feel he's kind of underrated. One of my favorite musical performances, if people haven't seen it, you should watch it in the chat on YouTube. There's a performance he did. I can't remember exactly who it was. I just remember, I want to say it was Tom Petty and Jeff Lynne and a few other people. Jeff Lynne from Electric Light Orchestra and Prince doing While My Guitar Gently Weeps. A lot of people have not seen that performance because a lot of people think Prince was a musical savant. I mean, that guy was one of the most insanely, if not the most insanely talented musician in the world for most of the time that he was doing what he was doing. And it's then you watch that performance of him playing something that's kind of totally, you wouldn't think Prince would play. Obviously a slower ballad song, and he steals the show on that. Have you ever seen that video of that performance? If not, you would totally love it. You should check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that.
It's Tom Petty. I want to look it up now. It's Tom Petty, Prince, Who else is in it? Tom Petty, Prince, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. But he does the closing. Yeah, Tom Petty, Prince, Steve Winwood, Jeff Lynne, Donnie Harrison, so George Harrison's kid, I believe, and a bunch of other musicians that are playing that. It's freaking amazing. Actually, let me post it in the chat. Since I went through the trouble to search for it. Oh my God, don't play it. Since I went through all the trouble to search for it, people need to watch that video. In fact, that video is better than when I'm on screen doing stuff. Like, you should just be like, hey, go take some time with Prince. What's up, nerds? So, what's your favorite Prince song then? Since we're going to go there. In before Rickroll, totally true.
Oh man, I don't know. What's yours?
My favorite Prince song? It's a weird one.
I think I have a favorite.
I'll tell people, it's a weird one. If you've never heard the song, it was the album where he switched to the cymbal. I think he only had 2 or 3 albums where he switched to the cymbal, but it's Gold. He released an album called The Gold Experience, and the last track on the album is called Gold. That is probably my favorite Prince song.
Did you ever watch the movie he was in? I watched it when I was a little kid, and I was like, oh my gosh,
I've seen Purple Rain a
juicy
million
stuff
times.
in that.
Oh, for sure. It's hilarious because that's another thing about Prince that you forget.
Like, what is this?
Is that yeah, it's first of all, that movie was shown on VH1 like every single day. So you could watch Purple Rain on repeat on VH1. Right. But you also kind of forget that Prince was so tiny. He's such a tiny man. And like it cracks me up when he's on the motorcycle and the stuff in the video because he is such a tiny man. He's like a little guy. He's a little prince, okay? The littlest prince there is. It's little true, prince. Though. Yeah, I mean, I think, and of course, I love Fantastic Plastic's favorite Prince song is P Control. That makes it even better. That's hilarious.
Yes.
Livy D. Have you ever heard, Foo Fighters did Darling Nikki, which Darling Nikki is another great song. God, Prince has so many good songs. He's another one that, like, do you have any other artists that are like that where, for me, there's some artists that you're like, I like them, and you haven't listened to them in a while, and then you go and you listen to their albums on Spotify or YouTube or something, and you're like, man, they have way more great songs than I realized. Prince is one of those guys. Mm-hmm. Like, you look at his catalog, and you're like, holy crap at this point. Yeah, maybe, Sarah. Maybe it is. Are you just figuring out? People are studying the details of what's going on in my seat. Yeah, it's just a flashlight. Listen, guys, it's just a flashlight, okay?
What have you been doing? You're ruining our studio. Oh my gosh.
He's
sorry,
been
using
okay?
the flashlight, Sarah. Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do when Sarah's not around, okay?
Oh, goodness. You just leave it out. Okay? You leave it out when I come on the show. Thanks. Wow.
Well, I figured since you were used to having crackheads on your street, you could have a crackhead on your podcast, okay? I figured that you could handle having a crackhead on your podcast, all right? Fleshlight for tactical erections. That's exactly correct, okay? There's nothing bad happening, okay? I don't know why everyone's got to criticize how I'm taking care of the studio. Listen, I'm having to do all the work myself, and I already do a lot of the work for show, but now I have to do all the work myself, and I don't even know what I'm supposed to do to entertain myself, okay? That's why I'm listening to Prince catalog on Spotify. What else am I supposed to be doing with my life? It's true. You can never be too prepared, okay? It just happens to be in the spam. But yeah, Prince is one of those artists for me. And yeah, Prince, obviously, that was brought up in the chat that he wrote Nothing Compares to You. He wrote a lot of songs. One of the other favorite ones, probably my favorite Prince song that he wrote that is not performed by Prince is Glamorous Life by Sheila E. He wrote a bunch of stuff for Sheila E. Sheila E's also from Minnesota, isn't she?
I'll have to I'm really horrible with names of songs.
Prince has written so many songs. He's another one that you can look up. He's written so many. Listen, Tammy, you cry off stream and do your job. Why do you think people are so rude in this chat? I don't understand why that is, Dora. I don't like it at all. I just don't understand why I don't feel like I deserve this type of treatment, okay? I feel like it's very rude. It's Prince Zaddy vibes. He's tiny Zaddy. He's oh my God. It is an honor. Thank you so much, Code Warrior. It is an honor to be here with us, by the way. Is it an honor to be on this show the same way that it was an honor for me to be on this stream originally? Do you feel honored to be on the show?
Yeah, I do. And I think that I think the chat's a little crabby because, you know, I can't really quite fill Sarah's bra in, but, you know.
It's true. Everyone is just here for Bob's.
Maybe
Everyone's
that's why
just
they're.
here. That's true. You're right. Everybody's here for the Bob's.
They're a little grumpy.
You should have worn. We should have
missing
gotten you.
Sarah.
We should have gotten. Yeah, more cleavage. We should have got you the Bob shirt before you came on the show. Like that would have improved things.
I really wanted the Bob shirt. That would have made me feel so much more, you know, it just would have fit. Would have been more fitting. I should have got it.
It's true.
I'm going to have to go get that.
I know. Well, maybe you can ask the crackheads for some. You never know. You never know what crackheads have, and since they're Minnesota nice, you can just walk up the street and be like, "Hey, do you have a really big bra? I don't care where you got it. I'm gonna wash it. Like I'm gonna wash it before. But do you have a really big bra that I could wear at this point? It'd be great. It'd be great.
Maybe I should just like take Sarah's bra, just like put it over me, and just like flops down.
Thomas Frank with the legit.
Like, yeah, sorry guys, I really can't fill this, but I'll do the best I can.
We'll buy you some grapefruits, okay? We got some subs today. We'll buy you some grapefruits to put in them, and you'll be good. All right. Yes, you'll just have giant grapefruits in the Bob shirt. It'd be perfect. I love Thomas. At least Dora is not telling Silas to shut the fuck up all the time. I know that, but this is what happens right now when Sarah's not around to tell me to shut the fuck up. Like, look at what condition my life is in and the studio is in. Like, it's really difficult. Socks and bra doesn't seem to work as well as socks.
I don't think that would quite, you know, match Sarah's. You need a little bit bigger than a sock.
Yeah. You need a bunch of socks.
So I didn't really go there because I was like, I don't even have anything that can be that large. So.
I love that this is what Dora's thinking about before she comes on the show. She's like, how can I add to Music Exposed? How can I make sure that we hit our sub goals and our donation goals and all that stuff? Like, how can we be sure? I don't know. I like how this also keeps going from Dora, you've got what it takes to be on this show. Oh my God. Hippie Josh, thanks so much for that subscription.
Hippie
First
Josh!
month, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Nice to see you.
I like how I try to steer the conversation back towards music, and no, it just ends up back at Bob's again. Like, that's where we end up. And so you're doing the job of a co-host, because when I'm the co-host of this show, that's what I do, is I steer the conversation in the bad direction. I steer it in the wrong direction. So you're doing exactly what needs to happen for this show to be perfect. Man. It's true. It's true. So we have talked about this on stream before, but I'm going to ask you since you're here, and I know that you'll give an honest answer. Since obviously you've noticed these things about Sarah, do you have like a Twitch thirst trap? Do you have somebody that's like, all right, this streamer is so hot, you know, or someone that you watch them and you're like, okay, this is a good looking person, or you even just watch them because they're good looking?
I can't. Sarah. Baby, that's about.
Here, there she is. Well, that makes you feel better.
Sarah comes to mind. Sarah's the one that pops to mind. She just, you know, she's hilarious and also, you know, fun to look at.
I like it. I don't know that I can compete with you.
So I was feeling pretty intimidated, you know.
I don't know that I can compete with you, Dora, though. I think that Dora, Dora's got some advantages over me. Like, first of all, she's nicer than I am. Second of all, she's also hilarious. Third of all, she's also got the musical talent. Fourth of all, she's also very late.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. And she can do that too, I guess, at this point. I guess she can do that. I don't even know what to make of it. But yeah, all right, fine. Here, your show. You told me to shut the fuck up. There you go.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm taking over Sarah's place now, bitch.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Is that your Sarah impression? You're like, why is she kind of like I'm taking over Sarah's place? This is my weird. It's almost like a little Mr. T in there, like, shut the fuck up, bitch. I like that. I like it. There's a little Mr. T in there. I like that. I think that's very accurate. Yeah, it never means Sarah does look different. It's kind of weird. She looks. Yeah,
whenever I try to do an impersonation, it just goes fucking way off.
You and I have the same thing, where it's like you have to do what I do though. You have to just embrace it. You have to embrace it at this point and just go like, for me, I think I even put it in my channel description where I said I am a master of accents because people love when I do accents because they're so terrible. Like I'm known for terrible accents. So you just got to embrace it.
Do an accent.
Oh my God! What are we doing? We gotta go do like the Sylvester Stallone again. We're gonna bring that back. We're gonna bring back the Sylvester Stallone. We'll bring it back. I think we should. Silence is Rocky accent. 10 out of 10. It's true.
Oh boy. What is it?
I was watching some scene. I had never seen this movie, but there was it might have been like a Rocky sequel or something. I don't know what it was, but somebody linked me a clip one time of Sylvester Stallone doing like this really dramatic scene. And at this point, it's kind of weird for me to watch Sylvester Stallone try to be in like a really serious dramatic scene. It was like him yelling at his kid or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it was something along the lines of, I love you. You're my son. I love you. You're very good. You're a good kid, son. You're very good. And it's like, oh, okay. You kind of can't take it serious with that accent. At least I can't. Silence always makes you be Italian. He did. How's it going, Whistle Boy? Good to see you. He did start in porn. That is true. He did start in it. In fact, I remember that was a big deal.
Are you kidding?
He did. No, he did.
Sylvester Stallone really did?
He did. He did start in porn. I don't know that he had an extensive... Like, look, I haven't done the research. All right? I haven't done it. I haven't looked at all the videos. Dude, I haven't done it. I haven't looked at the videos, so I don't know. But it could be extensive. It could be normal. I don't know. Okay.
We're going to have a, Discord movie night with Sylvester Stallone.
And I don't know if that's been released on Patreon yet. I know that Sarah has edited it. I know it is complete at this point. But there is some hidden content. If you are not in Sarah Jazz's Patreon at this point, we had Existence 130 and Sis Cycle and I. We had a real night. All right. We watched a very weird movie in the Discord for Patreon. I don't know if it's up. I don't know if it's ready yet. But I know that it was edited. How did you feel getting that message from me? Because one of my favorite things to do, and I've explained this to people before, one of my favorite things on earth to do is to send really out of context messages to people just to see how they react. So I sent with that, I sent Existence because I wanted her to be involved on it. I sent her a really out of context message, basically asking like, hey, Existence, you want to watch a porn? You want to watch a porno with Sarah and Psycho and I? And so what was your initial reaction when you got that message from us? What was your reaction to that?
First of all, you go, I got a weird... You first said to me, I got a really weird request. And then it was just like silence. And then you're like, do you want to watch some? Oh my God. I was like, yeah, let me think on that one here.
It was not Edward Penis Hands. It was not that. It was something far. I would probably rather have watched something like that was funnier like that, because the movie we watched was actually kind of horrifying. Like it wasn't.
Gruesome.
It was.
Dude, you want it?
It was.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It was, and then it's worth watching. I think everyone needs to watch it twice. They need to watch it to take in the movie and everybody's reaction to the movie at this point. But then they need to watch it again just to watch Dora's reaction the entire time she's on stream, because her facial expressions were just going through all of these motions. And by the end, I was literally terrified. I'm like, is Dora going to hate us? At the end of this, she's like, we subjected her to this horrible experience. And then at the end, she's like, I had so much fun. And sends a message back like, I had so much fun doing this with you guys. We should do it again. And I'm like, okay, yes, it's true. It is. Sarah did traumatize us. She did because she thought it was going to be funny. The scene that she showed us from the movie, we thought it was going to be funny because it looked hilarious. And I sent you that intro scene at this point. It looked like it was going to be hilarious. And then we watch it, and it was like basically Saw with occasional very short bursts of sex in it. But it was basically Saw. It was a hostile.
Shit, dude. The most fucked up shit I've ever seen in my life.
It was. And so we're all just kind of sitting there like, this is horrifying. Like, why are we watching this? It was wonderful.
Oh gosh, I
What
had
was
nightmares
the?
for
I don't even know what
couple
we
weeks
could
after
call
that.
the movie. I don't know what the movie was called, but Sarah can tell
Something
us. Something
torture chamber, Chinese torture chamber.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah. I didn't think a movie could even go to that level. It fucking went to that level. It went to that level. My face was like, like I was just like,
Yes.
this is horrible.
It's great. It's great. It was
I should have just
beautiful.
closed my eyes.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, what am I watching? What did I sign up for?
Why are we watching this? Oh my God, it was a sequel to The Room. No, I love The Room. I introduced Sarah to The Room for the first time. She had never seen it. So I am a purveyor of horrible movies. Like, I've been watching Mystery Science Theater 3000 since I was a kid. And even before that, I used to watch Joe Bob's Drive-In, or Joe Bob Briggs. I used to watch his stuff. Like, I grew up watching really, really horrible movies. It's just a thing that I've always done and my family's always done and things like that. So I still love horrible movies. I have a great love, and they don't always necessarily have to be horror movies. Like, I'm a huge fan of stuff like Neil Breen. If anybody else in the chat, if you like bad movies and you want to find out about great new ones, you need to watch Best of the Worst. A lot of people have not watched that show on YouTube, but I watch Mystery Science Theater. I watch Riff Track. So I love horrible movies. And last night, I introduced the gang to another amazing movie, a classic that everyone in this chat needs to see. If you're a fan, listen, if you're a fan of me or you're a fan of Sarah Jazz, you need to watch a movie called The Hills. And it stars Paris Hilton, which makes it even better. So Paris Hilton, who is world renowned for her acting. And the best way to describe best way to describe it was, how did she describe it? As Sarah described it as white gangster American Pie, which I think was the greatest description of the movie I've heard, because it has so many memorable lines in it. Like, you can watch it and there's so many memorable lines in that. But yes, it is kind of like something of the plot of American Pie, but mixed with this really strange white trash gangster fantasy. Like, Existence, I know you know some people. You would watch it and you would probably immediately identify the main character as like someone you've met in your life. Like, I have. I grew up in the Midwest. We all have known that guy. In fact, there's a reason that Eminem wrote the song The Real Slim Shady, and it's because there's so many of that guy who's like the short, scrawny, really, kind of J.C. Chazé, weird chin strap beard and bleach blonde hair, but like scrawny gangster bitch guy. Like, that is the star of that movie. You had to have met guys like that and gone to school with guys like that, because I totally have. The bleach blonde, terrible chin strap, goatee, beard. Is that even considered a beard? Like, what do you call that? You know what I'm talking about? Like, the really thin. They got that little thin. It looks like they could have drawn it on with marker. Like, I don't even know. What would you? What do you call that? Does that chat? What do you? It's not a soul patch, because this is your soul patch right here. But I'm thinking about that what do you call that beard style? That really thin, really short, kind of, like I said, I identify it with the NSYNC guy. Isn't that JC Chazé was who had that, right? Or no, maybe he wasn't. Who was the guy in NSYNC that had that terrible beard? I want my great Kappa back. What? But anyway, who is the guy in NSYNC that had that beard? I can't even think of, come on.
I can't
you don't
think
know
of
your
it
NSYNC.
either. No.
You know who I'm talking about, though. He had
I don't even know
terrible...
all the names in NSYNC. Isn't that sad?
Yeah. Well, what names do you know? Tell us everyone you know from NSYNC right
Justin
now.
Timberlake.
That's it. I know more than you. That's even sadder. I know more than you, because I know there's Lance Bass was in NSYNC.
Lance. Okay,
Lance
it's coming
Bass.
back to me.
And then JC Chazé, wasn't he in NSYNC?
Don't remember him at all.
I think so. AJ is the guy. AJ is the guy that had that terrible chin strap beard. That's right. Joker's got it. AJ, we got it. He was the guy that had that terrible beard abomination thing. Why is that?
What did they
Why
call
was
it?
A chin strap.
Oh, it's called a chin strap.
That's terrible. It's really terrible. Timberlake is the only one that matters. I just heard a rumor, and I have family and friends that work with a lot of celebrities or that work in the entertainment business. And I actually heard, like, Lance Bass has this public image that he's this super nice guy, but I heard he was kind of a douche in private. Would it make you sad if you met Lance Bass and he was a douche?
I kind of figured he is a douche.
Why? What was your
I don't even know his name.
You're like, anybody whose name Dora doesn't know is clearly a douche. If I don't know you, you're a douche. That's clearly what it is at this point. I agree. Whistleboy. Peter Cetera is amazing. But if Dora doesn't know you, you're clearly a douche. So in this chat, you better follow. I'm going to shout her out because you better follow her at this point. If you don't, if she doesn't know you, you're a douche, all right? Lance Bass is an ass. It's true.
Lance Bass is an ass.
Did you have a boy band love, or were you too into your dirty, Minnesota crackhead techno, as you called it? Did you not have a boy band that you listened to?
Oh man, I think I did like have a little phase of liking Justin Timberlake for like maybe like 3 months.
Okay.
But that was it.
Was it because he was cute, or was it because you liked the music?
Well, yeah, I think it was because he was cute. I mean, he's
Did you like him in his Brillo hair phase, or like his weird fro?
I don't know. I think it was just like, it was like a trend going on. I couldn't believe I didn't really always slide into trends. I was like the opposite. I was like, fuck that. I'm going against the trend. This is stupid. And like, I succumbed to that trend for like 3 months, and I remember.
You're like laying in the living room, and MTV is on, and you're like, he actually is kind of hot. You're like, that just,
right.
like, that Justin Timberlake, that Brillo head of hair, that weird fro that he has, right. He's kind of dreamy. All right.
I didn't really have a lot of boy bands that I liked. Well, I mean, I liked Beastie Boys. That's who I liked.
Beastie Boys, they're not like, I like the Beastie Boys too, but Beastie Boys were not super attractive men. They were all just kind of scrawny suburban dudes. So we know that, so Dora's into scrawny suburban dudes. That's what we know of, like. Dora's type is scrawny suburban dudes. Yes. Right. Hey, I get it. The Beasties are great from a talent perspective, but yeah, did they ever have a Brillo hair phase where like they had weird padded hair like Justin Timberlake did? Did they have that? I don't think so. I don't think the Beastie Boys had that.
Right. Because they're not douches.
So you think Justin Timberlake is a douche, do you? That's what you think?
Yeah, he's kind of a douche. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I liked him for a little bit.
What made you fall out of love with Justin Timberlake? Like, what was the thing that you're like, all right, I don't like him anymore?
I don't know. I think his music is annoying, I think. I'm just kidding. Do you have
an issue with Matt Gaddy's channel then? You're like, Matt Gaddy always closes with that Justin Timberlake song?
No, I actually like his music now. Like, people have me do covers of Justin Timberlake, and I actually like it now. But yeah, it was so annoying. You hear it on the radio all the time, and you're like, dude, you sound, yeah. It's kind of like my chipmunk. When I sample my vocals, it's like over and over and over and over again. You're like, okay. Get down to music! Enough of that.
That's
I'm
right.
over you now. I was in love for a little bit.
See, I don't know. Damn girl. Oh, TVR is against you at this point. That was still.
Damn girl, I love JT.
That was still like, wasn't that still Brillo head phase when he had that? Like, here's another fun music topic. This is clearly a fun music topic. Has anyone noticed that Selena Gomez has a square head? Anybody else notice but me? Her head is square. If you look at her, I don't know how that happened, and I kind of feel bad for her, but Selena Gomez has a square head. So every time I see her, and when I talk about her, I'm just like, good old square head. Because that's what I think of her. Every time I see her, I'm like, she has a...
Well, she pulls off a square head really well.
I'm not saying she looks bad. She just has a square head. Like, it's very unusual. She's very unusual looking. Like, you look at her and you're like, how did that happen? We ruined Thomas Frank. You can't unsee it. Oh, if you can't unsee that, if you want to,
every time I look at Selena Gomez, I'm like,
good old square head. She is good old square head.
Dude,
right
we should
there.
maybe I'll make a drawing of her. That's gonna be my next art project.
Can you make a drawing of her with her head as a microwave, and then I'll use it on my channel? Yes, I think that's what we need to do.
Microwave. Dude, I'm doing it.
Yes, we'll just have square head Selena Gomez microwave face. on my channel. I think that's really important. I think that would be very good. But
Yes.
I feel like she's one that I look at. If you've never seen it before either, there was a site, and this is old internet. I don't know if a lot of people have seen this. But if anybody remembers the guy that played Jacob in the Twilight movies, Taylor Lautner, who's kind of famous for being a horrible actor.
Oh, yeah.
There's this site called, I think it's called Taylor Lautner or Alpaca. And basically all it is people screenshotted all of these photos of Taylor Lautner. And they put him next to an alpaca that looked exactly like he did. And if you find it, it will blow your mind how funny it is.
Dude, somebody needs to post that meme in my Discord.
Hold on. I'm going to see if I can find it. Taylor Lautner or alpaca. There was a whole site for it. Animals who are the spitting... I love this image so much. I found just the regular old image of it. But here you go. You can look at Taylor Lautner as an alpaca here, chat. There you go.
I gotta see this.
It's the first picture. Actually, oh my God. It is the most amazing picture of Taylor Lautner. Hold on. I could show it. Here we go.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Joker's like, shut up.
I'm telling
exactly...
you. He does.
Okay,
he does look
that's
like an
ruined
alpaca. It's true. It's the eyes. It's just everything about him kind of looks like an alpaca.
Well, he should have. Wasn't he like in that movie? Like he was a wolf. They
yeah,
should have
Twilight.
made a
That's
bunch of alpacas.
You know,
like,
the movie Twilight that I was just talking about. Listen, chat. I happen to be something of a Twilight expert. Okay, because I had an ex-girlfriend, and not a current girlfriend. Sarah's not into this, but I had an ex-girlfriend that was so into Twilight that she used to write Twilight fan fiction. She used to write Twilight fan fiction
Really?
with her. Yes, really.
Yeah, that was a lot of people loved Twilight.
You did you read the Twilight books?
I did. I think I read the first one. But yeah, I like the book. I like the book. It's okay. I know my like
I love your reaction. It was okay. Did you read 50 Shades of Grey then? So if you've read that,
I did not read 50 Shades of Grey. Did you?
No, I have seen the movie though, and I actually had to see the movie recently because of a certain co-host, you know, that kind of hangs out in the background of the scene over there. She one night gets in the Discord and she's like, "All right, we have to watch 50 Shades of Grey," and you see her in the chat. This is what Sarah does to me at this point. Yes, silence the Twilight old fan. LOL busted. It's true.
Oh,
listen,
Cold Warrior.
I have been surrounded by horrible vampire shit forever. Nevermuse can vouch for this because my mother was obsessed with vampires. And for her, I think it started with Anne Rice. She was super into the Anne Rice books and Lestat and that kind of thing. So it was Interview with the Vampire and that kind of thing. So it was that. And then later on, it was True Blood. She was super into True Blood at that point. So and all the different things like Lost Boys. I've seen the Lost Boys a million times when I was a kid. I think I've seen all of the vampire stuff there is. I've seen a lot of it. Are you into
so
vampires?
you're into the. Did you? What was that one show on HBO? Was it HBO?
True Blood. Yeah, it was True Blood.
Oh yeah, that was True Blood. That was good. That was really good. I liked watching that.
It got really bad. Like I think the first season was okay, but I think that it got pretty bad as it went on.
Sure. Yeah, I think I watched the first season or the second, and then I kind of stopped.
Yeah, vamps and werewolves are my jam. All right, creative minds. All right, this is an important question then for chat. We should get a poll. And also, thanks 3D Code Warrior for those bits, by the way. I mentioned it a little late, but we were in the middle of talking about sucking. And if there's one thing that I know, it's sucking, okay? I suck all the time. Whatever I'm doing, wherever I am, that's what's happening. You can guarantee it's going to suck. And so, yes, we have to know from our chat, are you Team Edward or Team Jacob? So you read the first book. So have you seen the movies? Have you seen the Twilight movies?
Me, yeah.
So are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I'm trying to think what I was back in the day when I read the book. I think I wavered between the two of them. I go back and forth.
You're like, I just want them both.
Yeah.
I think that's why they threw
basically.
in. I remember my ex telling me that's why they threw in. It's like the third Twilight movie or whatever. One of the Twilight movies has a scene with the two of with Jacob and Edward kind of having a little bit of a homoerotic kind of energy, where they're in a tent together and I think maybe they're both hugging her or something, but they're both kind of interacting with each other, like just setting up the possibility, vampires and werewolves, could it happen? Could it be a thing? Could they all get together? But yeah, I think that it's possible.
Or you mean alpacas?
Yeah. That's true. Yes, alpacas and vampires, obviously a thing. And alpacas or giraffes would be. Why don't vampires eat alpacas or giraffes? Let's talk about that, because they're all neck, baby. They're all neck. If you're a vampire at this point, you should do that because they're all neck. That's what's important. You have to make sure that that you're getting plenty of neck, which is important.
Sounds nice as a vampire.
It's true. I am. I even have the pointy teeth. Like, look at it. I have pointy teeth. See? I got pointy.
You do? Oh my god.
I do have pointy teeth. I've always had.
I'm freaked out.
I do. I've always had pointy teeth. I can't help myself. It's a family thing. It's okay though.
You really do look like a vampire, though. You really look like a vampire. Now that I come to think of it.
Yeah. That's me. I'm a vampire. Yes. Amazing impression.
Have you ever dressed up as a vampire?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think I spent most of my late teen years dressed up as a vampire because I was a goth kid. And so I had the makeup, I had the eyeliner, I had all the accessories, I had all of it. So I basically spent like 3 or 4 years dressed up as a vampire. If you want to consider it that, yes, I did.
Yes, I see it now.
Yeah.
Why?
At
least you're not an alpaca.
I guess that's good. If you were an animal? This is important music conversation, okay? If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
People tell me I'd be a chipmunk. But
can you move your nose like a chipmunk though? Can you do the moving your nose thing? Like, can you do it on your own?
Move my nose.
Like, can you do the little chipmunk thing? I can't.
Do it.
I can't. I can't. It's like,
I don't know.
It's like
my spirit animal, chipmunk.
I can't do it. Okay, I can't do it. All right, I am a real playboy. I can ask hot girls important questions like, can you move your? Can you do the? You can do that too. Can you do the bewitched? Can you move your nose side to side? I can't do that either.
No, side to side.
Yeah,
I can wiggle my eyes.
Hold on, let's see.
Side to side.
Like, what's your eyes side to side?
Oh, like, flare them?
No, not flare them. Like the.
Okay.
What do you call that? The little. She moves her nose like back and forth. She can.
Sarah does it.
Sarah can move her nose back and forth. I haven't asked her that
show
before.
Us.
What's your weird party trick, Existence? What's your weird party trick? Can you do weird stuff? Yes, my favorite movies are Twilight. Thanks, chat. You're right. What's your weird party trick? Can you do weird tongue stuff? Like, what's your weird party trick? Everybody's got something.
Well, I do have. I am double jointed in one time. It was so funny. I went to go get a massage, and I went with my friend, and it was like we went to California, so it was like $20, to get a massage, really cheap. And it's like in a room full of people. So the guy's like, he pulls my arms up and he's like, flapping them around like that. And my arms go.
What kind of massage were you getting? You're like, this is a massage.
So he's like, taking my arm. Right? He's like flapping my arms around, and then my arms go boom, they invert, and then he screamed at the top of his lungs. It was so funny, dude. He thought he broke my arms. He thought he broke my arms, and it was just like, the whole place was like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. Oh,
yes,
bad. It was bad.
I want to know what place that you went to that does massages like this, though. They're like moving your arms around.
Maybe that's why it was $20 for an hour.
Exactly. It could be. They're just some random guy off the street. Maybe they were Minnesota crackheads, okay?
Right.
There's a Minnesota crackhead massage. They're just like,
well,
all
it was
right.
in California.
Yeah, I know, but maybe they imported them, okay?
They imported
them. They're like, we need nice people. We need we need only the finest imported Minnesota crackheads that are brought to your backyard for weird massage techniques. At this point, I paid 30 hours for dancing like this. It's true. I understand. But I don't know. I'm always I have to admit, I'm that guy that always gets a little bit disturbed when someone has the weird party trick or they do the weird thing. Like, it always kind of disturbs me a little bit.
My liquid hand dance.
Oh, hold on.
The little party trick. My magic hand dance.
Yes. Do you do that? Do you do that for adults or for little kids?
I learned that, from crackheads. So I was like, damn, I really want to do that.
Can you please call your next album Crackhead Science?
Hanging out with a bunch of meth heads, they'd like freaking clean their house the whole time, and it was like a 24/7 rave, and they'd be doing this thing the whole time, and I was like, dude, I want to do that. That looks fucking fun. And so then I had them teach me. I had the crackheads teach me how to do it. So hey, now I'm using it on my stream. So if you ever want to redeem the magic hand dance,
show it one more time while we're in the Zoom cam. There you go.
It's actually called Liquid.
Liquid.
If you guys go to a rave or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We all go to raves. Obviously, everyone in this chat.
My little party trick.
We're all big ravers in this chat. I don't know if you noticed.
I was like, bitch, I could do that magic hand dance.
I love that. See? Yes. Bitch.
I'm so dope.
Yes, you are definitely. I love the idea of like angry Dora standing in the back like, this party doesn't know how dope I am. I'm dope as shit. How do you not know how dope I am at this point? Like, you should know that, assholes. I'm the dopest fool there is, all right? That's amazing, is what that is. It's amazing. I do think that it's magic. I can't do that. I don't even know. You're just doing kind of this. You got a whole, I don't know what you got. You got a thing. You got
the name.
Can I only learn it in the mystical crackhead monastery? Where like I go and they teach you all their moves. They're like, "Hi, we're the crackhead monks at this point. Like this is how you learn about us."
That was a crazy experience hanging out with them. I mean, we didn't have a lot of boundaries growing up. I didn't really have any rules, so I just did whatever and hung out with these like kids that were doing meth, and I was like, this is really weird. Because they would stay up 24/7 and like they wouldn't eat anything.
This is really weird. Yeah,
it was a techno room 24/7 going on at the place, and I like hung out with them for a week, and I was like, yeah, that was an experience.
Grazitor asks how was the meth?
Took something from it though,
Grazitor asks how was the meth. I don't get the feeling that Dora was a big druggie. You don't strike me as that. Listen, okay, look at how innocent she is. She can't even figure out what to stuff her bra with. How is she gonna be like, yeah, she was clearly. Like, if you're at the meth level, you're at a pro level. She's like, I'm scared to put socks in my bra, let alone, like, someone offers me that. She's like, Dora's like, this is weird. This is unusual. I don't know that I should do this.
Well, I kind of grew up. My mom was always playing techno music, too, so I was like,
you grew up
in kind of normal. It's kind of normal. Right.
Do you still have to deal? Does she still listen to techno music now? Do you still have to deal with techno music?
Not
or no? She moved past that phase.
As much, not as much. But yeah, she used to quite a bit because she had issues with drug addiction quite a bit. So she would play techno music, but she's actually been going to AA and she's been maintaining stability for the most part. So. It's great, yes.
But that is good. That's actually like, a happy ending to that story, as opposed to like I just had to hang out in crackhead dens and like, hey, it's good.
But if I hear the techno music blasted, I know what's up. I was like, damn, she's getting lit again.
Damn, she's getting lit
24/7.
I love it. Yes, that's definitely how it works. Damn, she getting lit, son. It's true. It's true. I didn't even realize that was a channel reward that you could get on your channel. People are informing me, which I didn't know, that is a channel reward that you can get on your channel is the liquid dance at this point, which I'm like, oh, okay. Makes sense why you have that. And you've got that. You've got some very unique channel rewards at this point because you've got the whistling, you've got that. Do you feel like a lot of that comes from, just being around a lot of weird people and like that's just the thing you do? You're just like, whatever, I can go with it. It's true. Yeah,
we accept all the weirdos in my stream.
That's true. That's why
gotta invite the crackheads. It keeps life interesting,
I agree. Why would you want to just be around boring old people at this point? Like, I understand. You want to
That's
be
why I go
around
with
people that are
crackheads.
keeping it interesting.
You
Yeah,
know?
stay around crackheads, all right? You might lose your lawnmower every once in a while. It's fine, but at least in Minnesota, they'll mow your lawn. Crackheads. Yes, all of us crackheads. It's
Now I
true.
know why they mow the lawn, because, yeah,
Yeah.
they need something to do, you know.
That's right.
They can't sleep. So they're
That's-
like, I'm going to fucking
but-
mow everybody's lawn, you know. So the next time somebody mows your lawn in Minnesota, you'll know what's up.
Yes, exactly. Did they mow your lawn at like 3 a.m, though? They're like, it's 3 a.m. It's the perfect time to mow the lawn at this point. We have to mow it right now. It's,
Right?
Yes, totally true. I think so. I think that's what the case is. I get it. I understand.
Oh, gosh.
I'm just making sure that we get Northbound Matt on. He should be here any minute. Jump in the ninja, bro. So I'm on his channel, letting him know, because we have an amazing guest that's coming up in a minute. So you didn't realize before we had Northbound Matt on the show and before you met him that he is also a Minnesotan. He is also
Right.
from Minnesota. In fact, he doesn't live
Minnesota.
very far from you. So hopefully someday there will be a
Right.
Northbound Matt Dora collab. Who knows
Hell
what you guys
yeah.
will do? Maybe just get together and eat Minnesota foods or something, whatever it is. Oh, I'm not seeing him here. That's weird. Let me see. Try to disconnect and reconnect. Not seeing you. All right, cool. But anyway, so what else? I want to think. I'm going to get Northbound Matt on in a second because I don't see him here, and I want to make sure that he's ready to go. You came for Northbound Matt? I hope so. Everyone, Northbound Matt, he is kind of newer. One of the things about Northbound Matt that's amazing, he'll talk about it. Matt's prepared to talk about things like that. Northbound Matt is he's somewhat new to the music community. He hasn't been streaming that long. He hasn't been around too long at this point. But he is really, oh my God, Wilma, thanks so much for that 2-month resub. Oh, we'll ask Dora about that in a minute. But Northbound Matt has very quickly become someone that is like so well known and so kind amongst people in the music community. And he's done such a good job. And what I love about what he does and what's so cool about his channel is like he really is unique in the sense that there aren't a lot of kind of louder punk kind of musicians on the platform. There's some rock and there's some metal and there's, me who's like a weird electronic rock guy. But he's pretty much like, he's got that punk rock spirit of just pick up the guitar, thrash it, go fast, yell when you need to, play the punk stuff. I love that about Northbound Matt. It's one of my favorite things about him. And so he says he is here, and I'm so excited to have him on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a big round of applause for our good friend, Northbound Matt.
Hello, Music Exposed. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, my name is Northbound Matt. I am here to play some what I call Minnesota rock. It goes like this. Each day I struggle to keep a smile on my face. Can't seem to do anything right in this big rat race. This world's so messed up and I'm losing my mind slowly. Love should be stronger than fear, but why am I so afraid? Don't go silently into the night. One step forward, 2 steps back. Creeping closer to the grave. But it's not me I'm trying to save. If all we want is love and peace, then who will decide? The choice in front of us, it seems so simple yet divine. The world's so messed up and I'm losing my mind slowly. Love should be stronger than fear, but why am I so afraid? Don't go silently into the night. One step forward, 2 steps back. Creeping closer to the grave. But it's not me I'm trying to save. This world's so messed up and I'm losing my mind slowly. Love should be stronger than fear, but why am I so afraid? Don't go silently into the night. One step forward, two steps back, creeping closer to the grave. But it's not me I'm trying to save. I need to don't go silently into the night. One step forward, two steps back, creeping closer to the grave. But it's not me I'm trying to save. Thank you. This next song is called Everything is Gold. It is a little slower, but it goes like this. These scars on my body tell the stories of my past. I struggle every day, wondering why the memories they fade, but the fear still shows me that I am afraid. Just tell myself that everything is gone. I lie here stuck in the prison that I call my mind. Things around me progress as I fall behind. What's the point of waking up when everything's all fucked up? I just need a sign to show me we'll be okay. It's been over 10 years now since I first found out how my life would change forever. One simple phrase changed the course of my future. I hope to have closure. One day is all it took. Just tell myself that everything is gone. I lie here stuck in the prison that I call my mind. Things around me progress as I fall behind. What's the point of waking up when everything's all fucked up? I just need a sign to show me we'll be okay. Is gone. I lie here stuck in the prison that I call my mind. Things around me progress as I fall behind. What's the point of waking up when everything's all fucked up? I just need a sign to show me it will be alright. I lie here stuck in the prison that I call my mind. Things around me progress as I fall behind. What's the point of waking up when everything's all fucked up? I just need a sign to show me we'll be okay. Thank you. All right, I got 1.5 more songs for you. But my last full song is a song called Bad Waves. We are working on our debut EP or not debut, our next CD, I should say. And this will be on the next one. So, here we go. I have sang this tune before. It was a sacred hymn to me. So here I am, oh yet again, giving it up on everything, pulling the card on you. Bad days seem to come in bad ways, sick of these. Bad days seem to come in bad ways, sick of these. I saw the writing on the walls. Stand back, speak up, and walk away. You played me like the fool I was. I'm not the only one to blame. So here I am, oh yet again, giving it up on everything, pulling the card on you. Bad days seem to come in bad ways, sick of these. Bad days seem to come in bad ways, sick of these. She's not good enough, it's time to walk away. She's not good enough, it's time to walk away. She's not good enough, it's time to walk away. She's not good enough, it's time to walk away. She's not good enough, it's time to walk away. She's not good enough, it's time to walk away. She's not good enough, it's time to walk away. Bad days seem to come in bad ways, sick of these. Bad days seem to come in bad ways, sick of this. Bad days, bad ways, bad days, bad ways, bad ways. These things come in waves. All right. And then just finally, I wouldn't be on the Sarah Jazz channel if I wasn't gonna play this. So this is for Sarah Jazz, and for whoever else wants it, The Mystery of Kinkwave. Let's just do it quick. A little bit kinky, kinky, kinky. A little bit kinky, 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 kink, kink, kinkwave. So put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. And kinkwave, 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 kink, kink, kinky wave, kinkwave, kinkwave, kink, kink, kinky wave. We're all a little bit kinky, kinky, kinky. We're all a little bit kinky, kinky, kink wave. Thank you, everyone. My name is NorthboundMatt. I will see you in a bit.
The future
It's the Music Exposed Bulletin Board. And give it a huge for NorthboundMatt. Thank you so much for that amazing performance. We appreciate you. And thank you so much for that rage. Bringing it in hot. Bringing it in hot with the kinkiest wave on Twitch. I appreciate you so much. But let's talk about that Music Exposed Bulletin Board. First and foremost, thank you guys all so much for all of your support week in, week out, getting me the latest news, the latest information about Twitch streamers, and everything that we need to know about Twitch music. When you see that post go up, it generally goes up on Thursday or Friday. If you are a streamer and you have a new release or you have a big announcement or you have a special event coming up, make sure that you let me know. If you want to stay on top of the hottest, newest, most interesting things that are happening on Twitch at all times, then make sure that you follow 3 of the people that are always linked on our bulletin board, that you follow Glasswegian. He is so awesome to us and basically provides us with stuff every single week in order to provide on the bulletin board, as he did this week. So he's on the front line and has an amazing blog where he interviews Twitch musicians all the time. And he's about to add new entries to that, so make sure that you check those out. Check out 5-Hit Dune and his show Twitch Finds, twitch.tv/5hitdune. He does a show every Sunday where he finds brand new or unknown musicians. He found me. He found Dora. I don't know if NorthboundMatt has been on his channel yet, but if not, we need to get Dune in on that. He'll learn about NorthboundMatt on this show. So make sure you give him some love if you want to find new music streamers and new people. And then also The Eargasm with LP, twitch.tv/TheEargasm. She does music reviews and helps spread the word about independent music all over the place. So make sure that you check them out. Oh yeah, Rosemary Teal, 4 After Ever has been on Twitch Finds. Many people have been on Twitch Finds. But let's talk about this week. A smaller bulletin board than previous weeks, but still mighty. We have some great releases this week. So Katie Dwyer, aka Mama Katie, twitch.tv/mama_Katie, just released her new single 2 days ago. That's called Who Can. And again, all of these links, as well as the past month of streamer releases, are over at musicexposed.show, what I've linked in the chat. So Mama Katie's new song is called Who Can. Pauline Hare, twitch.tv/Pauline Hare, just released her new single that's called Disappear. Another new entry to our list this week, Chase Davidson, if you haven't heard of them, very interesting style, just dropped his new single that's called Moment for Love with a YouTube video that accompanies that. And finally, Magical Objects, twitch.tv/Magical Objects. This feels like one that someone like TVR would really enjoy, but Magical Objects just dropped a single that's called I'm Ready. And thank you so much, Luis, for that raid. We appreciate you so much. But anyway, Katie Dwyer, Pauline Hare, Chase Davidson, Magical Object. That is your Music Exposed Bulletin Board. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So excited. Anyway, Existence loves the Discovery song, she says at this point. It's her favorite part of the show. You like the Discovery song?
Yes, I do.
I've
love
been told, but
you got the operatic vocals going on in it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Those high notes, dude.
I've been told that I need to do an extended version of that. Like people would actually want it on Spotify or something for us to do the extended version of that song. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I love the video with it too.
And without further ado, we've invited. Oh my God, 3D Codeware. Thanks so much for that gift sub to Luis. And let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. NorthboundMatt has joined us here in the studio, and I hit the wrong button to go over to his screen, which is amazing. Oh, hi, NorthboundMatt. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're so good. That reverb, it's sweet reverb, bro.
Sorry.
No, I like it. I like it. I think it's especially.
Hello, how are you?
You're already prepared for overtime. The overtime is ready to go. We can just overtime early and just be prepared for it, like before overtime. We can just do that.
Pre-time.
Yeah. Hey, pre-time. I don't know that that's a good thing. Oh my God. The Outshot, thanks so much for that resub. 2 months. We appreciate you. NorthboundMatt, awesome job on that performance. And so I'll start with the first question. First of all, I'm so excited to have you here. And as I said before you were on the show in your introduction, I think that you have quickly become like a staple of the Twitch music community. You haven't been streaming too long, and yet you are so beloved already. And I don't think I've ever met anybody who has a negative word to say about you, and how supportive you are of so many different streamers.
Minnesota
and so many
nice.
It's true.
Nice.
He is that Minnesota nice. Yes, I guess I'll start there then.
Watch
Do you think
out.
it's your Midwest? First of all, are you born and raised in Minnesota as well, Matt?
I am. I'm born and raised in Minnesota.
Okay, so do you feel like Minnesota Nice helps you with your Twitch channel? Like it's helped you grow or it's helped you meet people and connect with people? Do you think Minnesota Nice is part of your charm?
I mean, it's gotta be, right? I've been, because I lived out in Colorado for a few years, and when I was out there, people didn't understand me greeting them and saying hello on the street, and they're like, who is saying hello on the street? I don't know you. What do you want from me?
Right, exactly. Like, who's nice? Who does? I felt that in Europe when I visited over there too, because I'm a person like, I think maybe it is just a Midwestern thing, and I never picked up that it was. I'll just nod at people, or if someone's looking at me, I'll nod, or I'll wave, or I'll acknowledge their presence. And a lot of times people are like, what are you looking at me for? Why are you acknowledging my existence? Why would you do that? But that's what I was taught to do. You meet somebody on the street, and they're looking at you, you just nod, or have a good one, whatever. What is the Minnesota greeting? Is it have a good one? What's the one that you drop on somebody you don't know that well?
I don't know. Just hi. Or no, it's the head nod. It's the head nod. It's the
you
up
got the
or
head
down.
nod.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel. What do you do when you greet when you acknowledge some existence? What do you do when you greet someone that you don't know so well? Do you do the head nod, or do you do the
hi? How are you? How are you? They're like, what the fuck? Especially when you go to other states.
Yeah, why is this crackhead in here? She must be one of those Minnesota crackheads. Matt, do you know any Minnesota crackheads? Since Existence spent so much at the beginning of the show, you didn't see that at the beginning of the show, but apparently Existence lives in a rough neighborhood, and she lives around a bunch of Minnesota crackheads. Do you know any Minnesota crackheads, Northbound Matt?
I don't, but apparently I'm missing out. Apparently I need to go to the
They're really
the
crackheads.
neighborhood.
They hide it well,
Now I'm curious, what part of Minnesota are you living in?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, where is
No,
it?
I mean,
yeah.
I lived in the cities and it was bad, but yeah. But now I'm in suburb and I'm figuring out there really is crackheads. I didn't know. I discovered this recently. I shouldn't say anything publicly. I don't wanna get them in trouble.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. Clearly, we're all gonna know about the crackheads that live around you now. It's like, oh my God, they're clearly on the internet watching Music Exposed. That's definitely the thing for sure.
She's there.
Yes,
We found her.
yes, we know where she is. We'll mow her lawn on Music Exposed too, on her stream as well. Matt, have you ever? Okay, so going with the Minnesota Nice theme, I have to ask these questions. Have you ever? Do you do chores for people sometimes? Have you done the chores where like helped somebody carry their groceries in, or mowed somebody's lawn, or like done the favors? Are you that guy? Have you done that for some people before?
I've like shoveled sidewalks before, but
Okay.
most of I live more in the city, and most people mow their own lawn
Yeah.
or have a service.
Damn, the rich people, the 1% have a service.
The
I don't
old
know. I
people.
shovel my neighbor's walk all the time. Like, we have a deck where I live, and we get a lot of snow. And if I'm and I kind of like it to go both ways, where it's like, all right, I tend to do it more than he tends to do it. I won't lie. But when I'm out there, it's not that much work. It's just half of the deck. I'm already there. I've already shoveled it. I'm just pushing it off the side of the deck so that I can get it on the walk and manage it. So I just do it for him. Like, is that? I don't know. It feels like what you should do.
That's how my neighbors are like. I love it. I'm like, oh damn, my driveway's they shoveled my whole driveway, and that's the benefit of having crackheads around you. It's like cleaning up your yard.
You keep quiet. You gotta keep quiet.
But
She
you
has
go to
the
their
most
house, it's a complete mess. But
She is
I
the
don't know,
most
they like to be
benevolent
outside.
crackheads I've ever heard of. It's like the crackheads do all this community service. They're just preparing for their inevitable community service is what it is at this point. They're just like, all right, we're going to have to do it eventually, so we might as well just start now. We're going to shovel the walk. We're going to mow the lawn.
this was an aha moment for me during the show that I realized. I was like, oh yeah, because my mom was like, yeah, there's a few crackheads in our neighborhood, and I was like, how do you know? And she's like, she came over and told me, and I was like, what?
They just
I was
walk
like,
up to your
oh
door.
my
They're like,
gosh.
hi, we're crackheads. We're your local neighborhood crackheads.
Right.
Is that how they
And then
introduce themselves?
she's like, you would never know. I don't know. Maybe my mom's just making rumors, but hopefully she doesn't watch this show. She's going to probably be pissed at me. But yeah, it was an aha.
They
I'm
are
like,
real
oh, no
people.
wonder they
Yes.
mow my lawn and shovel my, driveway and that sort of thing. But yeah.
I love this so much. Chat says, I like what Wolf Dog says. Matt looks like he can fell trees. Have you ever felled a tree, my friend? Have you ever chopped down a tree?
Yes, actually. When we bought our house, we had to take down a bunch of like 15, 20-foot bushes that were pretty much trees.
Okay,
So,
I can see
yes,
that.
I
I love Carlman.
And-
I wish I had crackheads doing my chores. Hey, it's true for me too. You just have that could be a service that Dora starts. She can just be like, "Hey guys,
like,
wanna
oh,
make
now
some
I
money?"
know why Dora goes all night.
Yeah. She just has to make sure because the crackheads only work at night. They're in her house at night, so she has to be up and be vigilant of what they're doing because that's when they do the chores. So she has to be vigilant of them. So that's why her streams at night. It just makes total sense. She's just like, I can keep an eye on the other room, what's happening in the other room. You know, that kind of thing.
Gotta make sure
Crackheads.
you know.
Yeah, well, you should hire them out. Twitch clearly has a demand for it, so you should definitely hire them out at this point and offer them to other people. Like maybe NorthboundMatt needs some choring done.
I think I do. I mean, if you could send them my way, that would be...
Tall Kristen is
I
like, no. In the chat
We're
right
negotiating.
now.
We're negotiating. She needs to
That's-
just shh.
It's definitely a negotiation.
Oh, crackheads make the world go round.
It is true. I agree. If Dora wasn't so calm, patient, and zen, I think based on her schedule, she's one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. So let's talk about NorthboundMatt rather than crackheads for a second. So NorthboundMatt. So tell us how did you find out about Twitch? How did you end up here, and what was it that kind of drove you to start streaming?
So I found Twitch. Twitch music. I found a year and a half ago. I found Dom Palumbi's channel.
Oh,
And that
okay.
was really the only person I watched for like a year almost.
How did I not
and
run
then-
into you in there? I used to hang out in Dom's all the time. That's
Oh, we
weird.
have to
Yeah.
follow him.
Yeah.
I'm the person
Dom's
in
great.
that chat. I've literally requested one song every single time I've been in his chat since 18 months ago.
Yes. What song is it?
The King of the Hill theme song. Over
Okay.
and over and over again.
Does he appreciate it? Is he appreciative of that?
He is. He's appreciative enough of it. He understands that it's a thing now that I do, and he just kind of just goes with it at this point. But then I was scrolling through Twitch music, and I came across the Fantastic Plastics, and that's kind of where it exploded. Because
Yeah.
I saw them. I was scrolling, and I saw their. I mean, they're hard to miss.
That's their
and
merch, right? Your hat?
There is.
Yeah,
Yes,
that is
actually,
their-
this
that
is
is
their
their
I
hat.
hat.
love
That's
their
merch.
merch. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I saw them with all their brightly colored lights and green screens and all that. And so I started that. That kind of was the start of it. And then while I
Sure.
was in there, Tyson would ask all the time when I'm going to start streaming because he found out one day that I was in a band. He asked over and over and over again.
All right, thanks so much for that gift sub to PT Sandra.
So then I found out. So I was like, fine, I'll just do it. Fine. It's fine. And so that was kind of the start.
And
of
was the
how I
band
started streaming.
was the band that you were in a different band than the songs you're performing now, or was it the same band, different iteration, or was it a different band?
So the songs I perform now, the songs I performed today were our newest album that we're writing right now.
Okay.
So we had a different, it's the same members, it's just we lost a member, so we're a 3-piece instead of a 4-piece now, but same members, just new music.
Gotcha. So do you think that, I think that, and I brought this up before, at this point, you kind of are interesting in the sense of, I don't know of any other streamers that are really more, like, have that punk rock spirit, and I bring it up with you all the time, like, there's some rock, and there's some metal, and there's, a little bit of that, and I even think that's pretty low. It's pretty low representative compared to the general Twitch population and, like, what's out there for that. But do you feel like you bring something really unique to Twitch music with the style of music you're playing? And for me, I know it's something that I used to watch live a ton in person. Like, it felt like there were punk shows all the time that you could go to, and it feels weirdly underrepresented on streaming services. Like, maybe it's just because punks are too busy sleeping in basements or don't have computers or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but do you feel like you're kind of unique amongst a lot of Twitch musicians?
I do. I mean, like you said, I don't see many people who play similar to me. I kind of started it because I'm not that great of a guitar player, so I
Same.
I taught myself, and I have horrible technique, but I own it the way I own it. So
Yes.
it's just kind of, I just play what I feel, and that's kind of what comes out as this 2000s kind of pop punk influence, because that's what I'm very influenced by when I started.
Yeah. For sure.
Come to think of it, Minnesota has like a pretty big punk scene. Like when I was in high school, have you ever heard of the Fireball? They used to have this place called the Fireball, and
I have not. No.
Have a lot of punk bands there back in the day, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a huge hardcore scene and a huge like pop punk scene in Minnesota, so I'm sure I'm kind of a birth of all of that combined.
Nice. So Existence, I'll let you ask a question. What do you want to know from Northbound Matt?
Well, dude, your performance was awesome. I love that, by the way.
Thank you.
Love that you're bringing the punk. I love your spirit. And like Sarah just kept on saying, like, this is so good. It makes me so happy. You like have this punk vibe that like makes you feel good. It has the Minnesota nice in it. It's like great. Like what? I suppose like. Since we're talking about you joining Twitch and that sort of thing, like how has the pandemic affected you being like in a band and being a musician and that sort of thing in Minnesota? I know everything's been locked down quite a bit and having to quarantine.
Sure. So that's kind of with Tyson from Fantastic Plastics pushing me, and kind of sitting back and reflecting and knowing that live shows are not going to happen anytime soon. With that. The shows and music I play, it's not something that you sit down and have coffee
it's
to.
not just let's just call music zen. Yes.
It's not a jazz club when I play.
Yes.
Dirty bars and dirty basements. And
yes.
That's awesome.
And I know that's not going to come back for a while, so
Great.
It was kind of a necessary step to step up, and it's time to jump in. So that was really a big part of it, and then just trying to find a way to keep that energy up when you don't have a crowd right in front of you.
Well, you have like that original creativity. He popped in my chat yesterday and he was throwing down some raps, man. We were rapping last night, like coming in.
That's
he was
amazing.
throwing in some amazing lyrics in there. Just like, we play the Madverse City rap battle.
Oh my God.
That sort of thing.
I have to
So
play
that's pretty
Madverse City
awesome.
against Northbound Matt someday. I feel like
Dude,
that would be a
it
good
was fun.
a
It
good
was really
contest
fun.
because I enjoy that game as well. I think it would be good.
I was making beats and then I was
good.
rapping it out over the beat that I made, so it was pretty fun. They were playing the game and I was making
So
beats,
you actually so when you do the Jackbox, you actually perform the Jackbox verses over the track. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, dude, you have like original creativity. So I could tell that you probably create a lot of your own music then.
Yeah. Before Twitch even happened, I had not known any covers really.
Wow.
Yeah.
We had like one cover in our whole set, I think. And so Twitch happened, and I was like, well, people aren't going to want to listen to my originals right away. They're going to want to know the covers, so
Right.
I started playing covers more.
I think I'm the only
Same thing
asshole that
happened.
didn't do that. I was just like, I didn't do it. I didn't do my first cover on stream. Okay, well, I did covers of originals from other Twitch musicians. I covered Other Glow and I covered For After Ever. I didn't do my first actual cover on stream until a year into it. I was just like, fuck it. This is what I want to play. This is what I want to do. Yeah, and I know it is and it isn't, because I want to follow up on that question. Have you noticed that the covers are getting you more traction on your channel when you're playing them? Like when people make requests, and I'm not sure how many requests you get or if you get a lot of requests, Matt, but do you find that more people gravitate towards the covers, or do you feel like it's kind of helped feed the original music, or have you not really noticed any difference as far as how covers and your originals work together in the set?
Sure. So what I've realized is that I don't push my song list as much as I should, and I just kind of pick the songs I'm going to play because I kind of know. I know that All-Star is going to go over well. I know that YMCA, and I know the favorite one in my channel is All Be 500 Miles.
Oh, yes, yes. That I haven't heard you do that one. I'll have to request that. Yes, that's amazing.
Yes,
do you have the accent in Aver? Do you have her? When I have her? Yes.
Well, we all have to. I make the chat play along with me, so they have to in the chat, and they have to use one of my. I have a Bigfoot walking emote, so during the walking choruses we have to walk, and so I feel like
it's got the choreography. Yes.
So I feel like people who come into my stream and they don't know what's happening, all they're seeing is just the word da 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 over and over and over.
Yes, I'm familiar with these types of things. I agree.
I mean, you're the
That's great.
the originator and the inventor of the spam.
Yes. No, I'm not. I have spam in songs and I do that kind of thing, but I'm definitely not the originator of it. There's plenty of people that I think that all of us, like, we all have to be honest that all of us rip off each other. Like, for me, my entire channel, and I tell people this when I started, my entire channel, basically, outside of the music, obviously the music is the one thing that is unique to me. No one else plays my songs, at least not yet. Maybe someday people will, and I hope they do. But for me, I basically stole my entire look and feel idea from 4 After Ever. The memes and the kind of cutaways thing, a lot of that was heavily inspired by the Village Ruse. Yes, I have my own thing, but watching what they were doing. A lot of what my channel became over time was inspired by Sarah. You know, obviously before her and I were together, like, just kind of the random weirdness and the random doing stuff. And then the overall, like, flow with the lyrics and how I did all that stuff was pretty much Scene of Action. Like, I was just like, all right, I call myself Dumpster Scene of Action all the time. Because that's really my energy, was like, all right, 4 After Ever's kind of lighting idea, Scene of Action, but if Scene of Action was a broke loser with shitty music like me, and then, like, you know, and then the Villagers and Sarah Jazz's sense of humor, like, that's basically the Silence Noise. So, no, I think we all kind of borrow stuff from each other. Like, I definitely do. Existence, who did you borrow from? Like, who are the kind of channels that you watch that you're like, I should do something like that? Do you have channels that you started? Or that you watched to help
the
you?
Dapper Rapper.
There you go, Dapper Rapper, perfect. Yes.
Start freestyle rapping, yeah.
That's so amazing you do that.
You know, yeah, I listen to a lot of different streamers. Like you and Sarah are huge inspirations to me,
thank you.
and just yeah, a lot of people who live loop and that sort of thing. I didn't start live looping. Like, echolocations, huge inspiration to me. Like, when it comes to my music and his vibe and that sort of thing, and the Dap Rapper, and yeah, there's so many people that I feel like I've watched that, like, you just naturally kind of, like, it becomes a hive mind and you kind of absorb and pull it into your stream. And it kind of flows like that. For me, it has been that way. It just kind of keeps transforming and changing and expanding and growing.
What about you, Matt? So. Who did you steal your stream from?
Well, every female acoustic guitar player, I really go for that look.
You're sensitive. How come you don't? Well, you should have a ukulele too. Then, like, what the hell are you doing? You need a uke as well.
Shoot.
You're ruining it. You could be singing Creep. You could be singing sensitive versions of Creep and Hallelujah and making bank, being more sensitive with a ukulele, okay? Damn it.
That's the issue.
Yeah.
I need to work on that. But seriously, I think I watch your channel. I watch Sarah's and Fantastic Plastics a lot. That's my I don't try to take that feel a little bit. I mean, I don't have green screens or anything like that, which would be. But
I have green screens because my wall looks like shit. People are like, why do you have a green screen? And I'm like, people who remember my first shows when I moved out west, well, my earliest shows, I had the horrible blue wall, and that was what was behind me. It was the nautical blue sea house wall. And then when I moved here, the whole reason why the giraffe meme is a thing is because there was a giant, horribly patched hole in the wall behind me. So I can probably go back and find highlights of what it looks like with the green screen down. But the whole reason I did that was just like, all right, this is horrible. And my friend, my Winky Face Alex, who a lot of people know from the channel, he's the Winky Face guy, had a giant green cloth laying around. He's like, here you go. You can just have this and pin it to your wall. So everything about my stream is jank as hell. It is jank to the extreme. Like, it is so jank. Like, there is nothing that is like... When people ask me, like, I literally was on an 11-year-old computer until August. I think August was when I built the new computer. And even now, I still stream on it. So it's like, when Sarah gets here, she's going to be like, bruh. Seriously? Like, you invited me
here? I
here?
have, like, duct tape stuck to my Ableton, trying to, like, get the green screen on there.
Yeah, she uses, what was it? It's not duct tape. What does she use? She uses the booby tape. I forget what she called it. The tape. She does. She uses the tape that you use to tape your dress up so that your boobs don't fall out of it. What did she call? I forget what the name of it was.
I wish I had that problem.
I feel like though, that's kind of like what we all do though, is we just kind of make it work. Like my camera tripod is a mic stand.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's holding up my camera right now.
I totally understand that. What about the blue? Where did the blue man come from? Where did you
him?
get? Did you buy that or steal it? Like, where did he come from?
So my drummer. So I sometimes stream on Twitch with a drummer as well.
Yes.
We have a bass player, but he's been really he's not been able to stream. He's kind of been really busy with his work, and so we had just this empty space. And then at my drummer's work, he has just had this for like $5, and so he just showed up one day with it. And I was like, all right, I guess we have a. And then I thought it was gonna be a funny one-time thing, and
now it's a
thing.
thing.
I could throw it away, and then
no.
Nope, it's gotta be back there.
It's gotta be back there.
Let's see the blue man. Where is it?
He's right behind him. Look at the blue man.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Okay, I see it.
Also, chat very much enjoys the fan in your background. They like the
hot.
Fan. Yeah, oh my god. I try to tell people this is another thing Sarah's going to realize when she's here. Take it easy, Steven. I appreciate that. Another thing Sarah's going to realize when she's here. Most streamers suffer from this. I don't know of many streamers who don't have a streaming room that's super super hot. Like maybe there are some streamers that are rich and have central air or something, but my stream room, at least it's winter now, so you can, if you need to, you can crack the window and bring the heat down in here. But during the summer, it's roughly 100 degrees in here. When I'm performing, like it is so hot in this room, and I know I'm not alone in that. Once you have all the lights on and all the cameras and 2 computers running and all the different things, it is 1,000,000,000 degrees. So I totally understand the fan. I empathize with the fan entirely. It's like I normally keep a fan kind of just outside of my stream room blowing in during the summer, and if it gets really bad, I'll keep it out there. But oh my god, it's miserable. Yes, I am hot. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate that. Yes, but I do agree with that. Do I at least do you feed the fan? What does that mean? Do you feed the fan, Matt? Chat wants to know. I don't know what that means.
I don't. It kind of feeds itself with electricity.
Yes. Do you not generate what? You don't generate electricity for your own house? You don't sit outside on a bicycle in the morning every morning and run the battery. Isn't that a Minnesota thing?
Matt's like throwing food at it.
Yes,
I don't have crackheads
feeding
to
the
run
fan.
Yeah, if you had crackheads, it'd be way easier to have electricity.
It'd probably be cooler down here if I had crackheads helping me out.
Oh gosh.
I mean, but I gotta use a fan, chat. I'm sorry.
It's true. It would be. Could you imagine that NorthboundMatt doing a stream and there's just crackheads on the side with big fans, just fanning him on the side. We'll have Dora's crackhead service, just fanning Matt on the side, fanning the drummer.
Oh god.
That's amazing. So I always like to ask, and I know Sarah likes to ask a lot too about inspirations. So who are some of the bands or the projects that have inspired your music? Obviously, you mentioned like 2000s, late 90s, 2000s kind of punk, but who would you say are kind of your biggest influences when it comes to songwriting?
Sure. So my first album was Catalyst by Newfound Glory, which really got me started with it. And then I played a show with a local band from California that was literally the most emo. Like if you looked up 2000s emo in the dictionary and you wanted a picture, yes. This band was all black.
They had the hair. They had the hair in their face like this.
Well, and his hair was half blonde, half black.
Oh, there you go.
Down the middle.
Yes.
And so I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I thought, well, you know what, I gotta do that. And then I started finding more local bands. But like, it's weird because I think this is why Twitch was so easy for me, because back when I was starting music, I started finding these local bands. Well, they weren't local Minnesota bands. They were like using MySpace to find the local bands in
Exactly.
Florida.
Most people don't remember how big MySpace was of an influence on these scenes. Like, MySpace was huge for getting a lot of these bands booked, and I still think that, in a lot of the indie scenes, there isn't a MySpace, but like Spotify, Twitch, a lot of people are making connections to those things for shows, for sure.
They're like it was the MySpace, the Pure Volume.
Yes.
Those websites. So that's where my foundation was, and I kind of drew a lot of inspiration from that.
Yeah. When did you start writing songs? When were you writing for the first time?
15 maybe. 15 or 16 years old is when I mean, those songs are terrible. I do play my first song I ever wrote. I still play on stream because it won't die.
What is the first song you wrote? What is the first song called?
What's the name of it?
So,
yeah.
And my sister is OMG Karen Marie. She's in the chat and she loves this. And then she's why it hasn't died, because I wanted to write. I was like 14 years old and I wanted to write a song, but I didn't know. I wasn't as interested in girls yet, but I was like interested in being emo. And so I wrote a song called Rick the Rock. And it's about a pet rock that I lost. And my friend found it.
Oh my gosh, this is great.
And my friend found it, and instead of just asking for it back like a healthy relationship, it's just, he's gone to me. He's dead. My friend's got it. He's just, so.
Yes, that's great.
Yes.
That is incredible. It is
my
the
gosh,
best song
what's
ever.
the name of the song again?
It's called Rick
the Rock. I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh.
It's not
Okay.
recorded anywhere. It's just, I just play it
Send
live.
it to me. I will help you produce Rick the Rock.
Dude,
I've already
we
offered
need
this
to
to
produce
Northbound
that.
Matt. I will help Northbound Matt produce anything. Northbound Matt is incredible. So, yes, we've got to get Rick the Rock live. I love this idea. Chat is for it, too.
Then
it
that
sounds...
emote, that I even made a Rick the Rock emote for it. It wouldn't die. So I just finally embraced it.
Yes, you have to do that. And, like, that's how things happen. I know that's true for my channel as well. That's how things happen. Like, random things, like, almost all of my memes came from stuff like that. I know that's true for Sarah, too, of just, like, random shit that happens in the chat one day, or you get on about something and you're talking about something and then chat just never lets it die. So that's how you end up with, like, a Get Organized or a Nuke Space or a...
Random memes like Kinkwave?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of that.
What's Kinkwave? I've never heard of that. I don't even know what that means. What is Kinkwave? All right, Existence. What else do you want to ask Matt? Let me give you a question.
Well, and you used to do a lot of performances, right? Like around Minnesota. I was just curious, like, have you had like an embarrassing moment you could share with us, like at all, like doing a performance?
Embarrassing moment. I've fallen off stages before.
Ooh, did you hurt yourself or were you okay?
I'm pretty resilient. I just
okay.
I'm
okay.
I'm okay.
I'm good, guys.
I played some questionable venues that had holes in the ceiling.
Like holes in the ceiling to where the elements could get in?
There was a bucket on the stage catching the rain.
Oh my God, yes.
And it was right where our bass player was supposed to stand, and so we had to ask the gentleman who was the sound guy if he wanted to take his bucket back because the rain had stopped.
Yes. You're like, tonight's bass player is Bucket. We'll just have Bucket just put the bass in the bucket, and there it is. Oh my God. That's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's given the music I play, I'm not the... it's weird sitting down and playing.
Yes, same.
Ever since Twitch, I sit and play, but I don't, I've played more acoustic guitar in the last 9 months than I have my whole life.
Is there a reason that you do more
play
acoustic?
electric?
Is there a reason that you play? I was actually going to go with Existence's question. Is there a reason you don't play more electric on stream?
Because I don't know how.
Really?
I haven't looked in. My stream setup is super basic. I don't run through any DAWs or anything like that.
I'm gonna teach you.
I see.
I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you.
That's the reason. Is because I just when I started on a MacBook, and the MacBook couldn't run Ultimate Guitar.
Right.
For tabs, it would freeze. If it was auto scrolling, it would actually freeze.
Yes.
And so I couldn't. I didn't even want to think about putting Logic up on that on top of trying.
Oh
to
yeah,
stream.
for sure.
So then I got my PC, and I just I don't know what. I never really thought to learn because I had just gotten used to playing acoustic, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not saying that you should. I'm not like fuck acoustic guitar, but to me, like that wouldn't have even been negotiable for me. I would have just been like, I'm not streaming if I can't play electric guitar because nothing I want to play is on an acoustic guitar. Like I give you credit for being able to convert it to that, because for me, I'm just like, I've literally had zero interest in. I own an acoustic guitar. I'm not an acoustic hater. I've actually written I've written songs with acoustic guitar in them, or acoustic backing tracks. There's just something for me, and Matt, I'm sure that you understand this, being who you are. I need an electric guitar. Like, I love the balls of an electric guitar. Like, when you hit it or when you're playing something heavy, like, there's just nothing like it to me. And I actually do have a traditional PA and that kind of thing, like, I absolutely just have to have the electric. Just in that way, like, I know it's annoying, but
I like to play the
can't help.
acoustic guitar as an electric guitar.
Yes, you do that. That is true. You're just like, yes, I want
Only
to run it
reason
through.
right now is because my guitar, I need to fix it because it makes too much noise. I just discovered that when I use the acoustic, it's not making any noise.
Do you have
like it did
a
with
ground box? So since we're getting into tech thing, you should get a ground box first and see if that gets rid of the noise a bit.
I do. But
That
I
might
have
be what I
I have to
try.
hook up my power conditioner. I got a power
That could
conditioner.
help too.
So
Well,
I'll
because
have to
if
try
you
that.
have the the DI box to run your guitar into that and then run the guitar out of that into the interface or whatever you're running it into, that should solve that issue. Yes, and troublesome, I agree. Acoustic is hard on the hands for long streams. Very true.
is.
You
Right,
guys
it
stream
is
like
true.
marathon streams compared to me though. And Matt, do you have the same thing? Do you have the same thing where I only have like a maximum amount I can do? Existence is insane. Like she can stream for 8 hours and sing the entire
I don't
time.
know how she does it.
I don't either, because for me, like 3 hours and I'm toast, basically. Like, and that's been over a year of performing and like building up that resilience and stamina for me. And it's like that 3 hours normally will kill me the next day too. Like my voice will still be raspy. And Existence can sing for like 27 hours and just be totally fine. Can sing forever.
And like I came from a world of you have 30 to 45 minutes and you have to
Yes.
give literally everything 120% in that time.
Yes.
So like when I first started streaming, I had to learn to not give everything in the first 30 minutes and just be gassed for 20
Yes.
minutes.
Yes.
So it's getting longer. Like I can do 3 hours now. I think my longest I've done is 5.
Okay.
But I can't. Like when I first started, it was like an hour, and I'm
Yes.
pushing
Same.
through.
Same. Existence, you have to. Maybe Existence's crackheads are what teach her the secret. She's got
They're just
crackheads that
underneath.
help maintain her voice. She's just like, here, we brought you a lozenge.
It's true.
It's just like.
Well, yeah, when
feel
you have
much
to
better.
drown out techno music for hours, I locked myself in the bathroom and I just sang the whole time. I was like, well,
Yes.
this will tune it out.
Yes, that's amazing.
Violin too. I had a violin when I was in 8th and 9th grade.
Yes.
Fucking loud as hell. That tuned it out too.
Yes,
So, yeah.
exactly. So Matt, one thing I do want to discuss on the show, because it's something that I've heard you discuss a little bit. I love when Matt occasionally, and I do the same thing sometimes too, where you end up in like a serious conversation on your streams. And one thing that a lot of people don't know about you, and I know you've told this story on your stream a little bit, is your story of like not only kind of like how you got to Twitch, but what's happened to you over the past couple of years and as part of your kind of musical and songwriting journey. And I know it's something you've mentioned you put into your songs. So one thing I want to ask about is tell everyone a little bit about your story over the past couple of years and just really how you got here. Like you're still here, which is amazing, first of all, after going through what you've gone
Wow.
through. Yeah.
So, yeah, like what you're referencing is when I turned 18, 3 months after I turned 18, I was diagnosed with leukemia,
Yeah.
Wow.
and you know, getting all that freedom when you turn 18, and you're all of a sudden 3 months later, it's like, oh, you have cancer.
Oh my God.
So my life changed, you know. I mean, that second song I played today actually was written right about that experience.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of grow up real fast and
Yeah.
have the conversations of like, hey, guess what? Well, there's a good success rate on this based on us catching it early enough. But, you know, you could die. So just
Yeah.
having that realization and having to get used to that and have an acceptance of that almost, and then
Sure.
and things went well. Things got things progressed, and I hit everything I needed to. I very much owned it how I wanted to own it, so I took over on it.
Yeah.
And then I grew, and then actually I met my wife I played like a celebration on my last day of treatment.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I met my wife.
That's
My wife worked with my sister, and she came to that show, and so that's
That's
how
so
I met
awesome.
my wife.
Yeah, that's so after all of that, how supportive, you know, kind of in relation to that. So obviously you met her at the end of that journey. And she's obviously a moderator in your chat and like a big part of what you do. How supportive is she of what you do? Like, is she someone that gets involved in it, or is she active in it? Or like, obviously she liked your music because you got with her after the show, you know, so that helps a little bit. She's like, okay, this guy's cool enough. But how much of a part is she in your music and that process for you?
She's
and Twitch
been a
as well?
huge part. She's very much on whatever I need to do. Like, I'm not someone who makes like super quick decisions, but if I trust something and I know it, she's not one to super question it on me. Like if I say like, hey, this is very important, she's always been one to say, okay, well, how do we make it work?
Yeah.
Like I told her, like, for example, when I built my PC and it was gonna be like $1,000,
Yeah.
it's not an easy thing to drop. I said, you know what, this is really important to me. I'm not gonna have any live shows. This is something that I think will help. And she said, let's do it. And
it's so awesome of her. Like, it's so, you guys are both like that. I think NorthboundMatt, surprisingly, for being such a punk. Then again, I found this true to be true in the scene as well. Like, you're one of the most wholesome people I've met on Twitch.
I try.
Yeah, like, that Minnesota nice, if you want to call it that, is there. But I also think that there's a level that goes beyond that because, yeah, sometimes I used to hear this term, and I don't know if you've ever heard it, and I like it. It's another Midwestern thing, but maybe my area of the Midwest being in Detroit, called smicing, where you're smiling and you're being nice to someone when you don't really mean it. So, like, a lot of people are Midwest nice, but they're smicing you the whole time. So they're like, oh, yeah, you're good to see you. You're so whatever. But at the same time, I actually think both of you are super wholesome people. Like, in NorthboundMatt, it's amazing that you having that energy attracts that energy into your life. Minnesota passive aggressive is what you call it, Karen. Yes, yeah. I've heard of it. I love the term smicing, which is I'll use that term
too.
Of someone's smicing me right now, and it's like totally and in the South that's bless your heart is smicing somebody, but there's a lot more of that. Yes, passive aggressive Midwestern stuff, but it's delivered in the package of nice. It's like, oh yeah, they're being nice to me, but not necessarily actually being nice. But oh yeah, bless your heart is totally that too. All right, Existence, what else do you want to ask?
Well, speaking on just curious about your journey.
Yeah.
Did you have to get chemo and radiation and that sort of thing?
So I didn't have to get radiation. They caught it before it hit my spine.
Wow, that's so scary.
So
oh my
but
gosh.
it's so funny because like terms like that you don't think about. Like, I will tell you all that a spinal tap is one of the most painful things you'll ever have.
Yeah.
And I
had it too. It's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah.
I had it for a period of my treatment. It was weekly. So.
Weekly?
Oh my god.
And it's the best is when they don't hit it the first time, they have to hit it again.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But just like, I mean, after that, I've had other things. Like I was walking to work and I was hit by a car and I couldn't walk for 2 months.
Oh my god, Matt! Why is so many bad things happen to such a nice person? It's fucking horrible. That's awful.
I'm still here.
Yes, you are still here. Yes. Oh my god, that's horrible. What were you, this was just a random thing? Like you were just crossing the street and got hit by a car? What the hell was that? What happened?
They tie together, actually.
Okay.
So because of treatment, what happens is some of the medications you take, like they make your ankle and your body weak in general.
Yeah.
And so as I finished treatment, I was like, oh well, I'm gonna start walking. I'm gonna walk to work. I'm gonna make it, and then I'm walking, and then I walk, and I'm crossing the street, and someone's not paying attention, and I break a bone in my leg because they hit me that hard.
Oh my gosh! While you're going through treatment,
jeez.
Well, that was after treatment. That was.
Was it right after?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so terrible. That is so terrible. That you had was it? And how short of a period of time was this all in of getting this news to being hit by a car? Just in a couple of year period, you've got all that.
So it was about 5. So I got hit. So 18. I was hit in 20 when I was 23. Things happen.
Yeah.
I love your attitude about it, though. You and Dora both have that. I guess it's a new term for me, Minnesota Zen. You guys are both Minnesota Zen. Like you're just like, oh, bad things happen, don't you know? Bad things happen, but we just pull it together. We just do that. And it's like, but it's amazing. It's amazing that you've had such support around you. And speaking of your support, they want us to ask you a question. So explain your tattoo. First of all, I don't know that I've ever seen your tattoo, but tell us.
That's the only one I have. It's the leukemia ribbon, and it's the last day I finished treatment. That's all it is.
So the last day. So wait.
Wow.
So but the show. So the show wasn't the same day as the last day you finished treatment, right?
It was 2 weeks later.
Man, what a day that would be of like, I finish treatment, I get a tattoo, I meet my wife all on the same day. It's just like, clearly that was the day that everything happened.
Well, and it was because since I was 18, I was able to go to the children's hospital for it when I started. And so when I think I was like 22 when I finished. So it was it was always a little weird to be in the children's hospital as a 22-year-old.
Right.
Yeah, I can imagine.
The reason why is because the children, if you go like the children's route of how they fight the disease, it's a lot more intensive. But it's got a higher success rate because children are more resilient. So I have plenty of stories from being in the hospital as an adult.
Yes.
I remember watching. I had a friend stay with me in the room once, and we were in the hospital bed. He was like watching me, and we were watching Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay. And my nurse walks in right during the part when they're in the room, and the officer is asking if the Harold and Kumar would like a sandwich, but it's not actually a sandwich.
Yes.
And so they thought my nurse said, "Oh, I'm sorry." She thought myself and my friend were watching adult videos in the hospital together.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what you have to do to make the time pass and that kind of thing. So I know one of the things you guys wanted to discuss on the show, so this is kind of for both of you, is we wanted to talk about Minnesota things. Because you guys were teaching me when we were on the call before the sound check for this, we were talking a little bit about some Minnesota things. So tell what is your favorite Minnesota thing, Matt? Like what would you say like people around the world need to know about it?
My favorite, that's a hard thing. I love Minnesota. I moved back here because I love it here. The biggest thing is the hot dish versus casserole debate.
Yes.
Yes. Which, if you're saying it's a casserole, it's wrong.
Okay, so what is so explain hot dish. I looked it up on the call, but what is
cold.
hot dish?
It's cold here, so you need to have a hot dish.
Okay. It isn't a debate. It's hot dish. The chat is already on it. It isn't a debate. It's hot dish. What is there? Are there different parts of the state that call it a casserole? Like,
No,
what's the
it's
issue
wrong.
with it?
It's a hot dish.
Okay. So if you're from Minnesota, it's a hot dish. There's no debate. Who's debating you then? Who's having the casserole debate with you? What's up with that?
Outsiders.
We don't take kindly to you non-hot dish people around here.
We are nice here. We are nice people, and if we have our hot dish, so we're gonna have our hot dish.
Yes.
Great.
So tater tot hot dish. So explain what hot dish is to people who don't know in the chat.
It's you have a dish and you dump a bunch of things. The most common one is tater tots, hot dish. So you dump your, what is it? It's like corn and cream of mushroom and tater tots, and hamburger, of course. You need your protein.
That's right. You gotta have the meat. You gotta have the meat in there. Yeah.
And that's how you stay warm. It gets cold.
Right.
You've got chat beefing with you now. Northbound Matt will ban you in his chat if you follow him and you don't call hot dish hot dish.
I won't ban them. I'll just passive aggressively just tell them they're wrong. I'm just disappointed. That's all.
Yes. I'm not mad. I'm just I'm disappointed. Yes. Dora, what's your favorite Minnesota thing? Is it also hot dish, or what is your favorite Minnesota thing?
Well, I just think Minnesotans in general crack me up.
Up.
The
people, yeah. Oh, sorry, I wasn't ready.
But yeah. Oh gosh. Well, one thing of Minnesotans just, I do this myself, when somebody's talking to you and they just keep motor mouthing and you just you're trying to get out of it and you're like, I got this thing. They just keep talking and you just can't leave. Like,
the Minnesota
I do that all the time.
Yes, the Minnesota
Minnesotans
goodbye.
do that.
They have that, and that is a Michigan thing as well. It is a Michigan thing as well. Leaving somebody's house requires 30 to 45 minutes of preparation. Like, first you got to go get the coats out of the coat room, and you got that. Liva, thanks so much for that raid. We appreciate you. Big shout out to Liva Loops. But you get that. All right, first you got to get your coat from the coat room. Then you come out with the coat. Then you got to make the rounds and talk to the people in the different rooms. Then once you've made the rounds, everyone comes to the door with you. So it's like, even though you went around and made the rounds and said goodbye to everybody's got to walk to the door to say goodbye.
Right.
And then somebody's got to ask you the question. They're like, oh, did you get enough leftovers? Did you get enough food to take with you? Whatever. No, you got to go back to the kitchen. We got to get you some more food. Oh, and then another conversation. Then, all right, did you get enough? You're good. You've got stuff to take home. They're all at the door. Then you say the goodbye. So yeah, that's normally like 45 minutes to an hour.
Well, then you say, do you need help out to your car?
Oh yeah, that's true. Do you need help out to your car too? You got to have that as well. Oh my God, I have a video I have to send you guys that reminds me of this. But yes, it keeps going. Then they get you to the car. Then they stand out, wave you goodbye. That's got to happen for every single guest that has come to the festivity and that is leaving. Yes, that is a thing. That is true, though. It happens in wherever you are. It happens. I do think happens all over the Midwest, because it was true in Michigan too. Like,
how is it over in where you live now?
Me or where I live now? I actually think that it's a different kind of that, because where I live in Lake Tahoe, which is first of all, it depends on if you're dealing with a local or you're dealing with a tourist. So generally tourists come from the Bay Area, and that's a totally different vibe than anybody up here. But the people that live up here are very much like spiritual, hippie, kind of new age people. A lot of the people, or they're ski bums. They're people that work at the ski resorts and they ski all winter, and then they do, whatever, landscaping, or they work at the lake and they do that stuff. So they do want to talk to you. They want to talk to you in a different way, but they're a bit, they're less chatty for sure. They're a little bit less chatty. They won't drag it on forever. And they're way more self-absorbed. So that's one thing I would say. West Coast people are nice, and they're very nice as well, but they're way more self-absorbed, where when you're talking to somebody in the Midwest, it's always like, how's your family? How's your dog? How's your cat? How's your wife? How's your whomever? Can you tell so-and-so I said hi? That generally tends to be a thing, whereas out here, I feel like when you're running across people, they're just telling you about themselves. They're like, oh yeah, I crushed some mad snow the other day. Can't wait, pray for snow, keep Tahoe blue. That's the type of people you run into out here. And it's always about them or their interests, or drugs. Drugs is a big part of the culture here. Marijuana is the medical cure to everything. At this point, since it is legal here, everyone has to tell you about, the new thing. It's like, oh, you're at a store, you're like, oh, I had some foot pain. I woke up with a cramp in my back the other day. They're like, oh, did you try the new, purple water slide? That's what I take for my foot pain. And then I use, the blue Kool-Aid for my headaches. And then I, use the green George Jetson. That's what I use for my anxiety, and it keeps me much better. That's what they're doing at this point. Yeah, it's all these things, then drugs, man. Which is, so it is different. It's distinctly different. But I will say that people are definitely just as open as the Midwest. Now, I lived in Boston for 3 years before this. Totally different energy. Everyone there is like, leave me the fuck alone. You see somebody on a train, you look at somebody, they're normally going to give you a dirty look and look down. Do not fucking talk to me. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to hear what you have to say. If you're taking too much time in the line at Dunkin's, they're going to be like, what the fuck is your fucking problem? Could you move it on? I don't have fucking all day, all right? I got to move. That's a totally different energy.
Yeah, speaking of which, that reminds me of did you guys notice at all? I was out on the roads during election day, and man, damn, it was scary. People had the worst road rage.
Oh my God.
I'm like, damn, that must be that pent up Minnesota nice anger they get in their cars. Yes, they're like, fuck you. And they're like, freaking, I'm like, damn, true. I'm freaking so scared. Did you guys experience that at all on election? I was like, it must be this energy.
I did not go out on election day because I knew it was going to be a shit show. So I did it in advance.
I don't leave my house.
I was like, I do not want to be out. I don't want to deal with these people. Jordan's like, whatever. She's like, I'm fine with that. Whatever.
Her crackhead with the sleigh. They probably.
That's what the sleigh. It's like a fucking rickshaw. She goes on in a rickshaw. Crackhead Rickshaw is a great punk band name. That needs to be put in the band names in my Discord. Crackhead Rickshaw. I would totally do that. I would totally do that. So, Matt, it is, we do have to acknowledge that it's overtime. Overtime. Tora is getting ready for it, I'm sure. Overtime. Overtime. Yes. Overtime. That's how she does it. I like Dora. I like Minnesota's. I like Dora's overtime. She's just like, overtime. That's the best overtime reaction. Just overtime, guys. Hey guys.
It's overtime.
Hey guys, did you know that it's overtime?
It's okay.
We're over. We got overtime questions for you. So Northbound Matt, my overtime question for you is: do you feel that punk rock and angry music is what helps keep you from raging and is the other side of your Minnesota nice? Is that how your punk rock works for you?
It's fine. It's fine.
That's good. That's good.
No, I just do the thing.
You're just like, whatever. I don't care. It's just there.
Just do the thing.
Okay, guys, that was a great show. Have a nice show for the rest of your life. Appreciate you guys. It's true, but I'm just gosh. I just do things. I just make music on the internet. That's what I do. It's like, yeah, that's totally me. If you need some music on the internet, you should just watch, NorthboundMatt, because he plays some nice guitar songs and he has a song about rock. Rick the Rock. You should go in and request that.
I try.
You should go. Yeah, it's good. It's good that you do that.
It's good. It's good.
Has it been an honor to be on the show for you, NorthboundMatt? Do you feel honored?
This is such a long time coming. When I first met Silence, he had ponytails, and and now I'm here with him on a show.
It's true.
And it's just I'm gonna quit Twitch after this because this is the pinnacle.
This is the apex. Man, you're not allowed to quit Twitch. You don't even have electric guitar on Twitch yet. This is bullshit. I'm not letting NorthboundMatt quit Twitch. I am NorthboundMatt's fan, and I'm making sure that he gets the chance to play electric guitars on Twitch. Damn it. That is what's happening. I didn't realize that was your first stream. The first stream was the hair stream for you. My God.
And
that was your first stream seeing Silence?
That was his first stream seeing me. My God.
And it's funny because, like you said before on different channels, that like Discord, posting in Discords doesn't really work as much to get people to follow. But that's actually how I found your channel.
Oh, really?
It was on Bad Tooth Records. His Discord just auto said that you were on. And I was like, well, this guy looks kind of interesting, and then and then I came on, and I was like, what the hell is going on?
I do think every once in a while Discords are good. It's just that most people who are like joining 100 different Discords and trying to post their stuff every day and like using that as their strategy, that doesn't work. I do think that I have a sim thing in mind where I try to, anybody that I know that's in the server that's a streamer is in my list. But I think a lot of people get the idea when they're first growing of like, oh, I could just join 100 Discords and post in those every time that I'm live. And I was the guy that did that, I admit. And I was just like, it doesn't really work. It doesn't, everything else. Hanging out in streams is the number one thing that works. Becoming friends with other streamers. That is the number one thing that works.
That's pretty much all I do other than work is Twitch
yes,
now.
this is true.
I spend a lot of time watching streams.
Right. I love the community on here, the music community.
Do you? Do you love it? Do you love the music community during overtime?
I love the music community.
It's good. I'm glad that you do. I'm glad that we were able to end on such a calm note today. That it was such a calm energy, and that we had such a show that displayed.
We have to be calm. If we exert too much energy, we freeze.
That's right.
It's too cold.
It's true. It's true.
Right.
This is an important question from chat. Who even is the music community? Like, what is Matt? I have a very important question for you. What is music?
The silence noise.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I work very hard on all of my songs, and I try to bring just big energy to everything.
Big energy.
And I make sure, yes, this is my big energy voice when I'm just trying to listen. I just like to rock the house, okay, guys?
Me too.
I bring the big energy to rock the house, and it's important. Dora, do you feel that you ever rock the house?
I wrecked the house with my big energy.
It's true. I'm glad that we could have this bonding moment.
We are only the wholesome channels.
You know, thank you, Al, for so much for that follow. You know, sadly, Miss Mary Lou was our co-host last week, and so you didn't miss her. But since you're here and we're in calm ASMR, Music Exposed apparently for this overtime. Yeah, for over. Hold on, we have to do the ASMR though. Hold on a second. Overtime. So anyway, my next, even though Miss Mary Lou's not here this week, NorthboundMatt, hey, what's your favorite flavor of tea for when you're relaxing after a show?
Grain Belt Premium American Lager.
Beer is your favorite tea. How about you, Existence? What is your favorite? What's your favorite tea to drink after a long day and you need to relax?
TP.
TP? You take a shit and you...
Yes. This is...
I'm so great! Oh! Let me wipe my feelings out!
Yeah, my favorite tea is also my favorite. The tea I'm drinking today is caramel apple candy. It was sent to me by Sarah Jazz, who is currently in Mexico experiencing stomach difficulties, probably because she's been eating Mexican food that's making her a little bit less calm. Because
she
everyone knows
about
that
TP.
She does. So her favorite tea may also be TP as well soon. You know, does anybody you know, I know that maybe she can, like, sometimes you know, you can take care of it calmly though. Like if your stomach is bad, you know, you can suppress it so that it's very quiet, like the reverb that we've had right there, you know, and it's a way of maintaining your zen, your ASMR status, you know, keeping it calm, you know, just keep it quiet, just suppress, okay? Just fart inside. That's exactly right. It's just important.
Just like that.
That's right. Just hold it all inside, okay, guys? It's very important for the stream. You know, just to keep it calm. Just it should be like. Just hold on. Let me give you some more reverb for that. Just.
Those are the ones you have to worry about. Those are the ones that smell the worst.
Well, the thing is that smell isn't as important to ASMR as sound is. You know, it's the sound and the calm voice that keeps it good. Yes, inverted fart. That's exactly right. Let the fart climb to your nose. That could be calming in some ways. It could taste, you know, it might remind you of the food that you had earlier, the Mexican street tacos that you had earlier. It might remind you of that. And it's good to remember, chat, it's very good to remember things in your life that are good. Like when you have a memory, sometimes you're going to have a memory and that memory is going to be like, oh, that's a bad memory. So you should think about good things instead. You should be like, oh, I remember what it was like when life was good and things were good. And
Tacos.
Yes, it's true. It's true. I you know, NorthboundMatt, thank you so much for being our guest today.
Of course.
And for helping us wind this down in the calmest possible way possible.
Of course.
You're such a
what
calm
I'm
man.
here for.
Seriously, chat, though, if you guys do not follow NorthboundMatt at this point, you seriously have mental problems. Like I'm not confident that you should operate heavy machinery. I'm not confident that you should have a job. In fact, call your boss and quit. if you don't follow Northbound Matt and you're not willing to, if you have a job, because the problem is if you don't follow Northbound Matt by Monday at 9 a.m., I will make sure that you get fired. I will personally call your job and make sure that you get fired from your job. If you don't know what Kinkwave is, go and request it every time you're in his stream, as well as Rick the Rock. Okay, you're unemployed. That's why. Follow Northbound Matt, and you'll have a job. Northbound Matt will guarantee you a job. Northbound Matt will guarantee you a job if you follow his stream. That's new today.
In your heart. In your heart.
How do you get a job in your heart? Tell me how you do that. How do you
Carefully.
That's true.
You'll know when you have it. It's like Sarah said, it's the fart in your heart.
The fart in your heart. That is true. I appreciate that. Seriously though, follow Northbound Matt.
In your heart.
What is the end of the show? See, this is the thing. I will tell you this. Existence, this is your fault. You know why this is your fault?
Yeah, it's
Existence
your fault. This is your fault.
Your fault.
Yes. Existence. God damn it. You did this. Do you know
Why?
Why did you do this? Existence. This is your fault, and do you know why? Because normally when Sarah Jazz is here, we just yell and yell. And we get totally spazzy, and by the end, we're literally just screaming at each other.
Loud noises.
Yes, when Dora is here. When Dora is here, she's just calm and nice and talking about her crackheads and doing all those things. That's what she's doing, okay? Dora, you're too calm for this show.
Nice, calm.
Yes, you're too...
Noises.
Dora, what do you have to say for yourself?
Follow the fart in your heart.
Follow the fart in your heart.
I'm not even saying goodbye on this show. We're just ending this. We're just done. We're done. You know what? That's it. Yeah.